Hi, this is Dr. Ernesto, and in today's video I'm going to give you a quick review of Dave's Killer Bread. Now, I'm not trying to pick on poor Dave's bread, but I want to use it as an example of something I see often with my patients. A lot of times patients will come in, they'll say, "Hey doc, I'm trying to lose weight." I'll say, "Okay, so what's up? What are you doing?" They'll say, "Okay, I'm eating more fruits, more vegetables, more legumes, I'm eating less meat, less sugar." "Okay, alright, everything sounds good. What else?" And they start telling me about things they're buying, like at fancy stores like Dave's Killer Bread or something like this. So I thought I'd try it out. I said, hey, I'm hearing a lot of patients talk about it. I see a lot of stores, and I thought I'm gonna use it as an example. Went to the store and bought it. I made a sandwich for myself so I could taste it. It tasted like I was eating a candy bar. It was so sweet. And I looked at the ingredients, and it has 5 grams of sugar for every slice. 5 grams. Now that's a lot. 5 grams is like a teaspoon of sugar per slice. I usually eat about 2 sandwiches when I eat sandwiches. That's about 20 grams of sugar. That's about the same as half a can of Coca-Cola. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to get rid of cancer, or your blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or something like that, you're gonna spend some extra cash. And this stuff's expensive. You know, you buy these at fancy stores, and people are getting tricked because they think, hey, I'm buying this stuff with all this cool labeling on it. Says it has all these grains, it's organic, it's, you know, non-GMO, and you're saying, okay, I'm in good hands. Unfortunately, that's not the way it goes. With food, like everything else in the US and many parts of the world, it's a business, and they're looking at profit margins. Okay, so this might have started off as a really healthy product, but at some point their sales started plateauing. They're like, okay, how are we gonna sell more of this bread? What do we do? Well, they pump sugar in it. And what does sugar do? It causes an addictive response. Now, sugar in itself is not addictive. You're not gonna get addicted to sugar. But what it does is when you eat sugar, it causes the glucose in your bloodstream to shoot up. So as it shoots up, your body reacts and it starts releasing extra insulin. Insulin goes in your bloodstream to lower your blood glucose levels down to normal. Unfortunately, it's not exact science. It overshoots and undershoots. So then it causes your sugar to drop too low, which is called hypoglycemia. And when it drops too low, your body wants to prevent the hypoglycemia. So what it does is it starts to release adrenaline or epinephrine, and that causes you to kind of wake up. Okay, so that causes kind of an adrenaline rush. You've probably heard that about people that jump out of planes and, you know, do Evel Knievel bike riding and all that kind of stuff. It's cool and it's exciting, but you don't want that with your food. Because what it does is it causes a seesaw effect in your mood and your behavior, your focus, and it creates an unfavorable health environment inside your body. It causes health disorders to fester and grow inside you that you don't want. Okay, so for example, when I worked in the school system for 8 years, 90% of the kids that I saw that they said, oh man, this kid has attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder. Okay, I go through it with the parents, and 90% of them, it was caused by diet, not because they had something wrong with them. Okay, so I'll go through it and it's okay. The parents are trying to buy their kids good food. They're buying them this stuff. They're buying them all this fancy food in cans and packages and everything. It says it has vitamins and minerals and everything, but it causes a seesaw effect in your attention and your behavior and your mood. So it causes a lot of these problems that children have. It also causes the same problems in adults. So what do? Well, you want to keep it simple. Okay? In the schools, unfortunately, on top of all that, they give the kids chocolate milk, orange juice. It's the same thing, it's just more sugar. It's gonna cause their mood and their behavior to fluctuate and their attention throughout the day. And that's why a lot of times kids have problems with attention and performance in school. So you keep it simple by, instead of buying something like this, make your own bread. Now you're saying, well, I don't have time, I don't wanna make bread. Well, I agree, I don't wanna make bread either, so I don't need a lot of bread. But when I do, I just buy something like this. This is Ezekiel bread. This is the greatest bread ever created. Most people haven't really heard of it because they don't have a lot of money, because they don't put sugar in the bread. It's just a real simple bread. You can go to a farmer's market, you can go to some bakery and just buy plain bread without sugar. This has 0 grams of sugar in it. It's made out of ground up beans and legumes, and it tastes really good. The difference is it has no flour in it either. You've probably heard about white flours. They also make your blood glucose levels go up. So you want to avoid processed flours and sugars and all that kind of stuff. This is a good alternative. But in general, with your food, just try to keep it simple. You know, like if you want to eat something, don't go to Sprouts or Whole Foods or Trader Joe's and say, I'm going to buy, I'm going to spend all this extra money to buy something that's healthy for me. You cannot buy processed food that's better for you than real food. That's why the store is called Whole Food, because it comes from real food. Anytime you process something, doesn't matter if it's food from the 99-cent store or from Whole Foods or Sprouts or Gelson's or one of these other really expensive stores, it's gonna lose nutrients. It's just the way it works. Heat and processing destroys the natural characteristics and the health benefits that the fruits and vegetables and grains have. So you wanna buy the whole food, just like the market, and just cook it. Like I'm gonna cook this later with some seasoning, and when I'm done, I'm gonna throw it in the greatest blender ever created, the Vitamix. I'll grind it up. I'll make my own sweet potato soup. Easy. It only takes a few minutes. If you just practice it, you'll get good at it and it'll go by really fast. You won't be dependent on buying all these processed foods. You won't be sabotaging your weight loss and trying to negate some of the health gains you might be getting if you're eating healthy food. So thank you again for listening. I'm from Los Angeles, California. This is Dr. Ernesto. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you and goodbye.